Hello everyone, in this video I will explain the updated if guide for all classes including Code Ultimate, Code Essencia, Code Sariel, and Code Antithese. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to help me grow this YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get started. In my previous video, I already explained positioning, which skills to bring the free key system of each classes and the hidden passive in Code Antithese. However, in this video there will be several changes that I will explain. One of them is the basic buff skill, Destruction Aura, which previously increased physical or magical attack by 10% and now increases it by 15%. Moving on to the first class, Code Ultimate. For Code Ultimate, one of their passives called Concentration Aura previously only reduced magical defense by 30%, but now it reduces physical or magical defense by 20%. The second one is Atomic Shield, which previously provided 1.3 strength and bravery skill cooldown acceleration to allies, now only affects to the caster, while allies only receive 30% damage reduction from the passive. Cheat Code Destruction, which previously reduced received magical damage below 50% by 20%, has now been changed to 14%. The rest is still the same, and the gameplay is also similar to before. However, the difference is that the main skills are Atomic Blaster, Mod E Dimension Link Guardian Shellfire, and Junk Prick. Personally, I will use Junk Prick more often when facing bosses that move around a lot, while focusing on Atomic Blaster for large bosses or bosses that do not move much. The second class is Code Essencia. For this class, there are several fairly major changes to Code Essencia's gameplay. However, before discussing that, here are the changes. Risen Pride, which previously had 30% physical defense reduction, no longer has this effect. The passive Queen's Blessing, which previously applied a 12% received physical damage increase debuff, now applies a 12% received physical or magical damage increase debuff. Queen's Authority, which previously provided a 20% damage increase, now provides a 30% damage increase. Cheat Code Rule Breaker, which previously provided a 15% special active skill damage increase, has now been changed to 12%. Mod E Dimension Link Guardian Scan Wave now ignores 40% of the enemy's defense. The damage percentage of Genocide Reaper has been increased from 725% to 758%. For her main skills, Code Essencia now uses Mod E Dimension Link Guardian Scan Wave and Mod Genocide Reaper. As for Code Essencia's gameplay previously, she seemed to be more focused on small bosses by using a summon and unsummon rotation with Risen Pride. However, Code Essencia is now better when facing large bosses such as 21-5 Wilting Tower Fall or 18-4 Birth of Origin because of the amazing hitbox of Mod E Dimension Link Guardian Scan Wave. However, for small bosses, she will rely more on Genocide Reaper, especially when the skill is reset by Green Exascale. The third class, Code Sariel. For Code Sariel, several skills have also been updated as follows. Extreme Virtual no longer provides the magical damage increase buff, but its damage has been increased by around 50%. Electronic Fall, which previously reduced magical defense by 20%, now reduces physical or magical defense by 20%. Mod Giga Stream has also received an approximately 50% damage increase. Her passive Evolution, which previously increased received damage by 10%, now increases it by 12%. As for the gameplay, it still focuses on Giga Stream, just like in the previous guide. What is more interesting is that the number of lasers generated by L Crystal Spectrum has been increased, which gives the skill a wider range. However, I personally still use Amplify mode for large bosses while using Energetic Heart or Fusion mode for small bosses. As a note, you no longer need to bring L Crystal Spectrum because bringing Energetic Heart already allows you to switch between its modes through Energetic Heart. The last class, Code Antithese. Code Antithese also received several gameplay changes like the other classes because of the additional of Mod E skills. However, before discussing that, we will first go over the changes. Masquerade, which previously provided a physical attack power increase, no longer has this effect. Friday, which previously provided 1.25 times all skill cooldown acceleration, now provides 1.35 times. Her passive Awakened Will Code Failness, which previously only provided physical effect, now also provides magical effect with the same percentage. Her passive skill called Wet Hat now also provides special active skill cooldown reduction. For Code Antithese gameplay and main skills, she now focus on Mod E Dimension Link Guardian, Purge Protocol, Junk Track, Trojan Horse, and Master Skill Stage 4 for large bosses. However, you can still bring any skills that you think are necessary, as long as you do not forget to activate the proper rotation to trigger her buffs, just like in the previous guide. Because Code Antithese also relies on Master Skill Stage 4 to help deal damage, you will need supporting forces such as Force L Affected Paradigm and NASA Protector. Alright, I think that's all my explanation on this if updated video. If you have any question, please leave your comments on the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on notifications so you won't miss any Elsword content to help me grow this YouTube channel. I'm Askafia, signing off. Goodbye!